morph into the green like the White Ranger. Taking my block to the top just like Jenga. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make some change like Drip Coach did. Posting like daily, put you under hypnosis. Fuck around with another dev and get ghosted. It's hopeless. We so bullish like Mike Jordan. All the fun fading away is quite enormous. Building a bridge, kinda like a chorus for those missing in action like Chuck Norris. Run for us, run away, don't come back. We stick together, on point like thumbtacks. Grab the Iron Man, they gone from one snap. Going hard for the network, that's a fun fact. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make disclaimer, drip is a life changer. Now all I do is chill and write bangers. Morph into the green like the White Ranger. Taking my block to the top just like Jenga. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make some change like drip coasted. Posting like daily, put you under hypnosis. Fuck around with another dev and get ghosted. It's hopeless. We so bullish like Mike Jordan. All the fun fading away is quite enormous. Building a bridge, kinda like a chorus for those missing in action like Chuck Norris. Run for it, run away, don't come back. We stick together, on point like thumbtacks. Grab the Iron Man, they gone from one snap. Going hard for the network, that's a fun fact. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make...
Hey, what's good? How's everyone doing out there? Can you hear me in the chat? See, we got a few live viewers, and we got Joe Fleming as host. Can you delete comments from a YouTube live stream? Yeah, I believe so. I've never deleted them. Yes, there is an option that says put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, and remove or report. So yeah, you can indeed. I hope that don't know what else you want to know about that, so let me know if you guys can hear me and if that answered your question, Joe. And we will jump right into the stream. I don't know who else is out there or what even to cover today. As usual, this is just an organic discussion. Whatever comes up, we talk about. So Ray Thomas can hear you. All right. What up, Ray Thomas? Speaking of Ray, talking about specifically the one from the Filipino PGL group. Let me see if I can find that. I had a cool clip that I wanted to share because they did their let me go first to our Facebook, because they did a onboarding yesterday. So I think he had about 64 people in his chat, which is phenomenal. Not to say that every single one of them are going to convert, but he usually does anywhere between 50 to 100 people every Thursday. I think he's even had all the way up to 150. And that's part of the onboarding for the Filipino financial freedom campaign that we do. So I want to pull this up because you guys can see firsthand just a quick clip from that and how that went. So let's see. This is the Facebook group. While I look for that, let's see what I got. We're just chilling, trying to patiently wait for a triple D. Yeah, man, I hear you. Asking because they removed the comment I made about Ray on his live stream. Oh yeah, yeah. You guys know if you watch a lot of other content creators, they will delete anything, as if it's not in line with their narrative. I leave my comments up. You can look through all my comments on my videos, unless it's like blatantly, what do you call it? Not negative. What's the word? Where you're attacking someone or using slander or, not slander, but dishonesty, things like that nature. Usually just leave them up, curse words, stuff like that. Trolling, basically. Trolling behavior would be the best way to describe that. Just take those down, but everything else is fair play. But again, each content creator decides what they want up. And some people believe that, only positive information, is the only path forward. So it is what it is. Where is this clip? What did I do with you? Don't see where I saved it. I think I actually ended up overwriting it yesterday. But anyway, we'll come into the group. There was he does them every week, so I think they're even on his YouTube channel itself. And every week he does these, and we had, like I said, at least 64 people in that group. So let me see if I can actually find this Project Great Life stream. So we'll see how many of them came over. I think the way he does the onboarding is actually they watch this webinar and how to get started. Yeah, so this one, was 24 hours or 7 days ago. So I guess he hasn't uploaded the last one. So there'll be another one just like this. And they're basically following the exact same format. Every week he does this exact same thing. And then when you watch the streams, you'll see how many people are in the actual webinar. And then what happens is people in the webinar sign up with his team, and then his team will schedule a one-on-one and actually do a screen share and walk them through everything they need to know about how to set up a crypto wallet and not your keys, not your crypto, and your C phrase and all this stuff. So man, I have not seen anything else like this out in the crypto space, where you're literally onboarding new people. Like, these are people that know nothing about the phrase crypto, and they're educating them from start. So shouts out to him. I want to see if I don't think anyone's come this quickly, but we did already get 42 from our previous on the Drip Marketing DAO wallet. So I think that number was 321 or something like that. And if that increases, then we know that this is all solely due to the efforts of Ray Tacomo and his team at Project Great Life. So just wanted to shout them out in this video because, yeah, like I said, I don't see anything else out there in the space. There is no sort of advertising where you can just throw ad dollars or money at influencers that are going to be able to do this work. You guys, much like myself, you're here, you know how hard it is to get into crypto. So there's no way you can just see an ad knowing nothing about crypto and you're just going to sign up and go through all those hurdles. Like, there's now God knows how many different wallets to use. Where are we at? Oh, wow. So we got another 21. So in yesterday, man. Yeah. Shouts out to the team over there. That is awesome. They are kicking butt. So where does that put us at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're still in 12th place. So we got another 43 to tackle 11th place. And then a good 60 to get into 10th place. But with what Ray's doing at Project Great Life, we should be able to get there maybe by the end of the month. So you guys see it live on stream. The Drip Marketing DAO is in 12th place with, this is us right here, 347 total referral members. And this is all, again, brand new, fresh eyeballs coming into Drip. So for those of you that watch my content, you watch other content creators, let people know that this is by far the best onboarding vehicle for the Drip ecosystem for fresh eyeballs. Everything else works for sure, but everything else is taking from the same DeFi plays. You know, if you're on Twitter and you hear about Drip, or you see an influencer on YouTube and you hear about Drip, well, that means you already know about crypto. There's no way that you're going to, like I said, be watching a video on YouTube or see a tweet and then just all of a sudden you see Drip token and you know what to do. That does not work. There is so much handholding that Ray and his team have to do for this. Like I said, every week they do a 2-hour live webinar, and then the team literally is on the phone with them for like an hour, walking them through the process. And the cool thing about this entire process is that he's not selling crypto, because that will be illegal in the Philippines. So he actually onboards them with traditional 3 different items, basically, for their multi-level marketing. So there's 3 different things that they can purchase that the Filipino community has been doing for years, and Ray's been doing for decades, or for 7 years, sorry. And then giving them that, and then giving away the actual digital assets for free. So he's just like, hey, you know, do this webinar or this screen share, and our team will help you get your wallet set up, but they don't pay for those. It's completely free. So that is awesome. All right, let's see. So we asked about Triple D. Was there any announcements that I need to look over that popped up? Let's see. Crypto announcements. Check the chat. There is, hey, there's 2 from Forex. Okay, well, let's go over that. That's new for me. You guys should be able to see that coming up on screen shortly. So this was literally 4 hours ago. So it's fresh for me. It's 4:12 a.m. This came up at 12:01 a.m. So we greatly appreciate the patience as we continue to work diligently on Triple D. The concept is truly fantastic. And although after testing, we had to rebuild it in-house from the ground up, we are there. We are committed. So we are there. What does that mean? We are committed to creating a product that will be around in years to come. And therefore, we want to ensure that we deliver a flawless and impeccable final product, which is ever so close. Today, we have finished the development, and now it's time for our final test, which should go smooth since this time we are working with our code, which has been tested as we build every step of the way. So I don't know what the final test is, but hopefully final actually means final. So that could be positive. While our developers are focused on completing the final Triple D task tonight, we would like to take the opportunity to discuss the high advantageous dog pound steak migrations. Yeah, we all know where his focus is for our existing AF users because AF v3 development is complete. We are preparing to proceed with the migration soon, and we are ready to promotion and push the full v3 migration as soon as Triple D is out. I'll be hosting a live VC. I want to do something before I even comment on this. So I've never done a poll. How do you do a poll? Because I want to find out from you guys what you think about this. Aha! I'm going to do the poll. So how do I word this in a politically correct way? I want to basically ask you guys your thoughts on the V3 migration. And I just want a yay or nay, not necessarily I don't want to slant it in any direction because depending on what you say, I'll discuss it. But I want to know from the community what you guys think. And I'm not sure what words to use to not try to skew the results. How do you feel the AFV3 migration / dog pound NFT will go? Amazing, to the moon. Let's see how many options can I have. Trading sideways. Bearish. Anyway, I gave you 3 options. Let's do that. Ask your community. So I want you guys to answer this, and then we can discuss this live on stream because you guys know I'll give my honest thoughts. Oh shit! I didn't realize they were live in the Animal Farm. So what did I miss? You guys fill me in on that as well. But it was in the Animal Farm Telegram, not the Drip Telegram. So it sounds like it was definitely all about, promoting the Animal Farm information. Let's see. So we got how do I see the results? Okay, there we go. So we got V3 migration and only have 3 votes. So definitely need more votes on that before I can make a decision on that. Let's see what's in the chat. Who's chilling, asking because they removed. Oh, so shouts out to Joe Fleming, Ray Thomas, and Matt. What's up, Rat? Matt Lane, 0 interest in the Animal Farm. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. I think there are a lot of people that feel that way. Any of you guys tell me, is the Animal Farm VC still going on? And who's streaming that by chance? I did not know anything about that. Obviously, just waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's see, Forex Shark live. Let's see what that is. Of course. So there's people in the chat there, and then 4 months ago. So I'm assuming I'll check it out later because I have to watch the lives at 2x. That's the fastest it'll go on the mobile app while I'm outside walking, because Forex talks extremely slow for me. So there's no way I could actually sit through an entire live. Actually, if I'm on my laptop or my computer, you can't see it. Maybe you can see it up here. There's a plugin on Chrome. Can't see it actually. You can get it all the way up to, I think it's, what's the name of this program? Plugin video speed controller. You can get it all the way up to like 4x. No pun intended. So I usually listen to him. It actually, like now on my PC at like 3 to 3.5. It's crazy. What do we got on the votes? So bearish and trading sideways. So nobody thinks it's going to the moon. Well, I'm glad you guys brought that up because yeah, I'm in the same camp. And I mentioned this before. So I believe wholeheartedly that Forex is a great visionary and game theorist and wants to create stuff that is definitely going to be long-term innovative within the space. And as I mentioned, you guys, if you watch that video about product focused or customer focused, and he is product focused and you cannot take him away from that. And that's great because you actually need kind of those both ideas. So it'd be great if you actually had, say like in a real company, if you had a CEO or your R&D group that could actually have both of those ideas running simultaneously in tangent to get towards execution. But what we have right now is just product focus, and the V3 is 100% product focused. So he sees it as an area or an opportunity within the space to capitalize on because nobody else is doing it. And that's great. But if any of you have ever done or been a business owner or an entrepreneur or anything like that, then you'll know that just making great products is not enough. Simon Sinek has a great book, Start With Why, and he talks about TiVo. Some of you probably may not even be familiar with TiVo, but it was the first streaming service so that you could record and pause your TV channels. So some of you that may not be even aware of like old school TV, you had to actually tune in at a certain time and, you know, watch TV at a specific time in order to see your show. And it came on once a week at this time or whatever the case may be. So a lot of people missed that. And TiVo came out so that you could record it and then come back and watch it. And basically that became Netflix, where you now have that streaming service altogether. Now, the point of the book, Simon Sinek, Start With Why, is that TiVo was the superior product, but they had poor marketing. They didn't understand what the customer wanted. They marketed their product in a bad way, and nobody ever picked up on it. And then other people copied it and marketed it better, and it took off. So what I'm getting at, and I'm trying to find that clip that I had, but it's about product focus versus customer focus. And all of you watching my content probably already know that. But the point being is that Forex is focused on product. And right now, the entire crypto space is full of degens. They don't care about the new innovative tech. What they want is gambling and moon projects. That's pretty much it. So I have a feeling that much like when V2 launched, because we had very similar V2 narratives being pushed. Let me see if we can find that. V2. That it will fall kind of the same way. It will fall flat. So with the upcoming launch, Animal Farm V2, looking at a co-promotion. So there was some stuff he mentioned about V2 being the best, and that we would have all sorts of people scrambling to use our new V2. But you can see from the TVL and stuff. Let's see, for the Animal Farm V2, we put overtime. If you kept V1 assets on launch, when you go deposit V2, the exception, migrators, fire. Forgot where it was. It was probably just in most of his AMAs. But you guys know, if you've been around long enough, and he did a lot of marketing for V2, that he hyped it up, but degens want nothing to do with it. So even though this really cool yield optimization is going to be there, and that is beneficial in the space, he doesn't quite understand the narrative of the people within the space. So just because you build it, like the old adage, if you build it, they will come. That's not the way it works in crypto. It works 100% off of hype. Once we get over that hurdle where there are more mass adoption, then I really do think we will see that stuff work, where people start looking for actual utility and stuff like that. But until then, it's degens, man. You got to do what degens want. So we will see. What do we got in the chats? All right, so we got some chats I can read now. Here's an Animal Farm. What up, Main Greek? DeFi Crypto Boss. What up, Coach? What up, DeFi Crypto Boss? Matt Lane. What up, man? Ray was streaming. He was talking about Triple D though. Oh, that's good to know. I'll definitely check that out. It's weird that it was on the Animal Farm, but he's talking about Triple D. But I guess just like the post, he was talking about Triple D, then he talked about the Animal Farm. So these are definitely being sandwiched together. Farm launch next week, not waiting for Triple D. Yeah, I posted that in my chat. I figured that'd be the case. Triple D possibly Saturday. Really? All right. Well, that would be cool. I'd love to wake up to that. We'll see. Ray is streaming it. They're going to release V3 migration before Triple D. That's what I figured from the posts that I shared previously. I'm 100% certain that that's going to be the case. Side note, I think there was some confusion about your point of Ray's hypocritical words from his vid. I understand what you were getting at, but some seem confused. Oh, yeah, I know. There's nothing else I can really post on that because, as I mentioned, the powers that be that I have talked to told me that they will look into it. So right now I'm going to stop, what would you say, exposing things, because it's all out there if you want to read for yourself. And it won't be discussing it or going in any more detail. I think Mystify still will, so I can get around it. If Mystify puts out a video, I'll be happy to cover whatever Mystify said. But as far as me sharing anything, I won't be sharing or making any more videos on it. I can clarify that at least, and I put this out in my group, so at least this will be on record here since Matt, you brought this up. I can clarify that the 18K was indeed a arbitrage. So what happened was I saw 204 transactions, 203, and the very first one was a BNB buy of 32 BNB, and to use that to arbitrage between the native and the pancake swap. So 100% apologetic for that. I did not see that. If you're scrolling through blockchain data, it's just like code. So I'm not giving myself an excuse, but just telling you how I missed it. There was over 200 transactions and only one of those is the important one to catch. So I did not catch that. So when I put all that together, but I did update the doc. So if anybody's looking at the Google Doc, it does have that updated. And then I did delete that portion that said that this was, or implied that this was malicious. So I did clarify that. So just putting that out there publicly. But the other stuff has been confirmed by him in his chat. So he did self-refer and continues to do so. So that was the main issue. And that has been put out there and he's confirmed it. It's in his, what do you call it? His announcement. So to me, it's it did exactly what I wanted to do. They got the information out there, got people to take their head out of the sand, look up and start doing some digging, and then it got him to confess to it. So it's all good. Even if I did unfortunately mislabel something and then I had to humbly make that apology here to you guys, I count that as a win. At the very end of the stream, Forex said maybe Saturday we wait and see. Coach, fire that kill shot on Ray. I think it's already been fired. Like he already literally publicly showed acceptance that that's the case. So the poll we got to change a little bit. So some people think it's going to go amazing to the moon. Well, that's cool. A 73% bearish in trading sideways. So we will see. Where are we at right now? This will be a good litmus test for me to put this in my video right now. I think we launched the farm around 150 million. And you guys remember that? Maybe I can find that real quick. That was back in December, January. When the hell was that? Because I know there was an issue with the original data being showed. It showed like 500 million or something like that, and then they fixed it, so it ended up being, I want to just say it was 150 million, but you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm gonna find that, and I'll probably do a video so we can actually compare and contrast objectively, because the data doesn't lie. People do. Feelings get in the way, but looking at the data is all that matters. And hell, I don't even remember when we launched. When did we launch? Like January? Is that when we launched? You guys remember? Too many videos. But right now we are indeed sitting at a TVL of 34. Let's just say probably 34 million. That's what I've been seeing. 32. Okay, we went down 2 million. So I will be interested to see. I believe, in line with the 75% of the people in my poll, that it will not take off to the moon, because again, I believe, looking at the people in the space, that they're not interested in just staking and earning some yield. They want degen plays, and yield generation is great, but we don't, as far as I can tell, we don't have eyes on the capital over on Stargate. Like, these people have not migrated over as was originally discussed in Animal Farm V2. So you got multi-chain, you got Stargate, you got even Ape Swap and Buy Swap, like even the other dexes on our farms on BSC scan are still doing fairly well. So there's $300 million on Stargate. Let's go over to DAP Radar. So the idea, if you guys remember, when Animal Farm first launched, it was supposed to be the end-all be-all farm, the V1 idea, just the premise of it. And I do like the idea that he's created with this 2-token system, but you can see, like, again, data-wise, where are we at? Rankings, DeFi, that people are not taking advantage of it. So either A, where our marketing is falling flat, or B, they're not interested, or a combination of both. Because if they were, you would have, let's see, DeFi, right? You would have some of these existing chains migrate their capital over. And we're still a far cry behind PancakeSwap, right? So here's BitKeep. We don't want volume. We want their actual total. That's volume. Where's their total market cap? That's their balance. I guess that would be this. Yeah, let's go here. I haven't been on DAP Radar in so long, so I'm fumbling through it in real time. So here we go, TBL. So you got Venus Protocol. They do, what do you call that? Not yield farming, but kind of staking. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Then you got Stargate, 66 million. Alpaca Finance, 17. So we're above Alpaca. We're not even listed here, but Ape Swap. So we should be able to collect the capital from these, like the ones that are already smaller than us. Nami Swap, like they should just go to zero, basically, and slowly start seeing the capital migrate over to us. So we are at least dwarfing Ape Swap by a 2x, but we don't have the capital of Stargate and even Elephant Money. That's crazy. I didn't know they had that much in liquidity. That's nuts. And Venus, and then PancakeSwap doesn't even show up on here. So I probably got to do some other filters, but you guys get my point. So it may be a great idea, but great ideas alone aren't going to cut it. You have to actually have product market fit as well. And besides that, you got to have the product market fit in the timing that the people want that product to fit in. So you can look at that in the tech space, seeing certain products come before their time and they kind of fall flat. And then when it comes again or moves forward, then they get adopted. Let's see. All right. Side note, think there's a future back point. Yep, gotcha. Moki Crypto at the very end of the stream. Forex said maybe Saturday. We wait and see. All right, cool. Hit the like button. Thanks, Samuel's boy. Damn it. Stop scrolling. Chat. You ain't gonna hear me say that. There's if you're familiar with any kind of public speaking or trying to be like sales tactics, you'll find that there's what they call the rule of three. So, and you probably saw this from your teachers in school. I know mine did it. But usually when there's a point that they're trying to get across and they want you to remember, especially like in a teacher format for test purposes, they'll repeat that point 3 times. A speaker doing a presentation will repeat that point 3 times. So it's used to convey a message as well as convince people of something that is of importance, basically. So you'll find people use that tactic to try to push their narratives or use it to convey a message that they think is relevant. Let's see. Scrappy Coco, kill shot will kill him, only him. Yeah, I disagree. There's a lot of people that, in my head, like I said, stick their head in the sand about issues in crypto, specifically within the DeFi space, because they have this don't fudge your own bags BS. But you're just buying into a narrative. Like, if you actually look at anything in history, retail wise, and I've actually done a video, be coming up later, about this, there's no such thing as actually fudding your own bag. Again, I did a video with Elon Musk. He's the CEO of Tesla, and he says very controversial things that some people do not like. And they're like, well, I'm not going to buy a Tesla. Why is Tesla still doing so well when the CEO is out there putting out damaging, quote unquote, information against his brand? It's BS. Don't believe the narrative. When you actually put things out there in full blast and you have both sides, what you have is people will do research. And then the ones that still buy in and still support the product are much more diehard. And then they'll actually end up silencing the naysayers because you end up with true conviction behind your product. Perfect example. I'm wearing a Fitbit right now. Damn thing breaks all the time. I'm constantly telling people, don't buy the Fitbit because it breaks, I'm yelling at it in my house when it doesn't charge. But I've had Fitbit for like 10 years. And when it breaks, I'm going to buy another Fitbit. Because even though I FUD the Fitbit all the damn time, tell other people not to buy it, I'm also one of the biggest supporters of it because of the data and information and all this stuff. And when it works great. So I tell people about the issues that I have, but I also tell them about the positive sides as well. So people that are like, okay, well, let me see, and they give it a chance because of, the other side of the narrative, and they'll go research and see the stars and reviews, and then they'll make a decision. So any product that has actual real weight and worth its salt can withstand both sides of an argument. You should actually question the people who are only putting out one side of the argument, because that's disingenuous. You're literally trying to lie to people. Perfect example. Let me show you this again. Let's go back to this because I can prove my method works. Why has the Drip Marketing DAO onboarded now 60? We were at 279. So in the last 2 weeks, 60 people. And why did this company, where'd they go? This company, Project Great Life, I don't have it up anymore, but you guys know what I mean. Why did Project Great Life decide to partner with us? Why are the people going through that still utilizing the information when this entire company knows the content? Everyone in Project Great Life follows my content. Why are they willing to still put their brand and their name with me? Like, they could go to any other content creator and get more promotion on their brand. They could do it all by themselves. Why would an entire company, a CEO with 7 years in experience and building his brand, come over to me, who's the most vocal one? I'm not going to say the Drip Marketing DAO is all me. There's 3 people, but I am by far the most vocal on it and building it. Why then would that company risk their brand with me? Because they know what I'm putting out is honest and integrity. And they understand what I'm trying to do. And they also understand that there are malicious bad actors in the space. So I have literal proof of concept right here that there's no such thing as fudding your bag, because I'm 100% supporting Drip and also proving that my support is working. Here's, the stream they had yesterday. People sharing their photos in the chat. We've got him in his live stream. Got 29 people that commented that they're interested in joining this live stream. And in the stream yesterday, there was 64 people. This is real brand new eyeballs, brand new people. So this would literally be, by definition, the worst people to share negative information with if you're going to, quote unquote, scare people away. So I can prove that what I'm doing works. Everyone else, myself included as a content creator, we're just digging through the same DeFi degens. Like when I put out content on Drip in YouTube, the only people that find it are people that are already familiar with the Drip. I'm sorry, not with familiar, at least with the DeFi. They're not these people. These people are brand new. So this guy decided to support me with his company because he understands what I'm doing. So case in point. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see. Understood on the pullback. Yep. Understood on the miss. Anyone with ears knows you ain't doing anything malicious. You human, it's all good. Didn't realize he confessed to it. Yeah, it's in his announcements. He thought that by saying that when they first made Drip, they didn't know that self-referring was not good Drip behavior. But so by admitting that he self-referred, he the funny thing is he's still self-referring. So to me, a good team leader, if you know that you did something wrong in the beginning, then you would stop using your same upline, right? So that would mean if I made a mistake in the beginning and I built teams under me, I would stop onboarding more people under me because I know the root, the foundation, that tree is corrupt. So a good team leader would then, after admitting that publicly, go build his new team starting underneath the dev wallet. So you can start fresh with good Drip behavior. So yeah, you can't make this up. So what happened was I put out so much information, so much evidence that you end up confessing to the crime on accident. It's hilarious. Coach, a real gentleman, David Goggins, we must not give up on people. Thanks, Coach, for referencing DG. Yeah, I had to actually rechange some of those. So I think YouTube flagged me for quote unquote reuse content. So now I got to redo these David Goggins videos because they were just shorts. And since I'm getting shorts or creating shorts from existing content, you got to do it in a certain way so that YouTube does not get mad at you. So I'll be putting him back, but for now he's on pause. Who's powerful than Coach? I have no power, my friend. Power is in the masses. You guys have all the power. When you point all of that energy in one direction, things get moved. It's just called momentum. Well, Pulse Chain launched their farm. APY is very high. I don't think Animal Farm V3 stands a chance. Yeah, farms, when they first launch, definitely get a lot of eyes. And we did have decent TVL and what do you call that? APYs on the farm when we launched. But because of the model, it just didn't sustain itself. And I was trying to find out when it launched, but I do not remember when that was. You guys could tell me because I wanted to see what we were at. Pigpen injections, it's somewhere around here. Voting, so that was for the injections. God, it's been a while, man. So it was like in December, right? Single asset lending, we're still waiting on. I don't even know what happened to that. Is that still coming? I don't even know. This is where we're talking about staking pools. So I was just trying to find one screenshot of what the Drip price was at. I'm sorry, the Animal Farm TVL. But there is so much because I don't remember exactly when we launched. Figured I would have something like, Animal Farm launch or something like that. But do not. I give up. It's in there somewhere. But I'm quite certain it was around when it flattened out, it was around the $150 to $200 million range. So right now we're at 30. So at least you guys will know prior to V3, we will see how much TVL comes over. Because what this does with these changes is it's basically for us within the ecosystem. So unless somehow they have marketed over to these people to say, hey, come over and use our farm. We have this cool new feature that you guys don't have. Then the TVL is just going to remain kind of flat. There might be some other people put some other capital in, like let's say some of it that's left in the last couple of months. Maybe it was from the pools or whatever and went over somewhere else. Maybe they'll bring it back. That could be cool. So we'll see. let's see, elephant more than Animal Farm. Yes, according to DAP Radar, this is true. But hey, don't say that. That's FUD. Forex Shark is completely delusional. If he thinks he can turn his back on drip and people will trust touches failure of Animal Farm. Yeah, I don't think he's turning his back, but he's just 100% product focused, man. You can't get him to change his beliefs. He is a developer at heart, and he just wants to dev. He doesn't care if people like it or not. And I totally get that. And I think Matt Lane can probably chime in on this as a content creator, as a trainer, depending on if he followed this footstep or not, and maybe even DeFi Crypto Boss because his uncles and stuff like that, him himself. But when you start training, you get into this like program ideology. You're like, yo, I'm gonna make the most baddest, best program ever. And then you start, for me, I can at least speak on my part. I made multiple programs, all these killer improvements to the existing programs and systems that were out there. And that's basically product focused, and you're not customer focused. So my programs fell flat. Nobody wanted to buy the cool new thing because they didn't understand it. So I had to go back to the drawing board and sell them what they wanted, not what they needed. So you have to take what they need disguised as what they want. So I had made like 100 programs, and I just kept making more and more. It's like, oh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. And eventually I had to wake up and go, wait, that doesn't work. Let me actually listen to my customers and give them what they want. And then I had to pivot. So the programs that I sell now are what I would not call the pinnacle of programming as a trainer. They're rather lackluster and boring. And I'm like, this is what they want. Okay, I got to do it. So you got to understand both sides. Black Bitcoin billionaire. I get it. But the proof will be in the pudding. We will see 100%. People will vote with their capital, with their eyeballs. And then maybe he'll know. I don't know. I don't think he'll ever change, to be honest, though. No matter what. He will get a much needed wake up call when he sees a lack of user participation in his up and coming V3. Yeah. I don't think he'll get the wake up call, but I think he'll see that. I think he is who he is. And that's, you can actually tie this to the blockchain and the immutable contracts, right? It's a double-edged sword because he will not change. And because of that, that's actually a good thing because you at least know what to bet on. You know he'll be consistent. You know he's going to do this thing. And then at the same time, it's the other side of the coin where you would like, but God, I wish he would see the energy and see what people are actually looking for, right? So same thing with the drip contract. We have that guaranteed 1% per day. That's a good thing. But the bad thing is we have 1% per day. So you got to take the good with the bad. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. Excuse me. Joe Fleming needs to dump Ray. We'll see how that shapes up. Like I said, people are looking into it. I still think Animal Farm V3 will do well. That's awesome. I hope you are right, my friend. I could say do well as in maybe trade between that range that we saw. We were sitting at 50 million TVL. So I don't think it'll go much lower than this. I'd say 30 to 40. It all depends also because I think some of it is pigs being sold and dogs. So if you added up the actual TVL, I'd say that's where we would be sitting at. So this 8 million of pigs in the pig pen, I don't know how much of that would move. So 10 million of this is reflected here. I don't think a lot of those are going to be sold, but I do think we're still seeing them being sold off, and people are, of course, still earning them. So the earned ones with the new increase of APR and him removing some of the farms could outpace the people that are selling, and then the reference the poll we could trade sideways. So that could work. You didn't miss the live. You didn't miss. Maybe you meant I didn't miss much in the live. Not sure. So Diana Drip Queen, thank you. So it started November 1st, 2022. So that would be in one of those videos. 160, thank you, 164 TVL million. So that would be interesting to see. So if the Animal Farm, especially now, because remember we launched then and we were still climbing to the bottom of the bear market. So let's bring that up real quick, because this will be a really good litmus test, because I think around November, things were more bearish than now. Now that we've gotten to this 30K level, you still have people like Garrett Soloway saying we still have a leg down, but the narrative have changed quite a bit. So where were we at in November? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the bottom. So we literally launched the animal farm at the bottom of the bear market for now. So I'm not a soothsayer, crystal ball, TA person, but so that would be a really good litmus test. We launched at 160 million at the bottom of the bear market. And then here we are now 8 months later, and our TVL is 75% lower than it was, like closer to 80% or so. So we will find out how this gets reflected when this launches. So as I said, I believe some capital will come back, and I believe it'll slow down the bleeding here, but definitely in line with the bulk of the community that want triple D and not V3. There are some people that want V3 and, are excited for it, but the overwhelming majority are triple D focused or drip focused in general. DeFi Crypto Boss, you live and learn. You learn as you go. Yeah, facts. Totally agree. I flopped many times with products because I focused on what the science said works, but no one gives a shit. Makes me leaner, faster. Okay, I got it. Exactly. Yeah, man, being in our own little echo chamber as trainers, looking at the science, looking at the data, and just trying to shove that narrative down people's throats. I often would talk to them in training and just watch their eyes glaze over if I'm nerding out on the science, and it's like they don't really care. Just count my reps, bro. Count my reps and tell me how much weight to put on the bar. They don't care about anything else. Look at how the tax vault is getting drained after hitting 120K. Oh yeah, we are killing the tax vault now. I think it's like 300 K a day or something ridiculous. It is insane. Where are we at? Because I think it said, like, last time I saw it was 300,000 minted in the last hour. 281,000, 281,000. Yeah, 280,000. It's nuts. I haven't checked BSC scan recently. Have those whales been adding liquid drip to their balance? Or is it just people selling? I can't see 280,000 in sales every day. So it's got to be going somewhere. Let's see what BSC scan says. And find out where we bees at. Private notes, name tags. Let's see. Last. Put this over here. So yeah, about 300,000 a day. We got the drip token. And then let's go over to holders. Hold the door. Hold the door. Man, shout out to Slice and that Drip of Thrones video. I love Game of Thrones till they ruined it in the last season. God. Talk about, again, not understanding what the customer wants, right? There's a perfect example. So I don't remember the numbers here. You guys, I have to go back and check the notes, but it does look like it's creeping up a bit. 6 million still in the 2 contracts, 6.6, 28%. So the other 72% spread out amongst wallets. That's crazy. 22 million supply. That is nuts. We have a higher supply than Bitcoin. Look at how the tax vault is getting drained. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So imagine, so triple D, we're gonna need, like literally millions going in consistently if we continue at this minting rate at 300,000. But the way they set up the mechanics, I believe it can do it. It's going to all depend. Again, back to the exact same thing, product market fit, customer focus, and all that. So the community, if you really want to see Drip succeed, is going to have to actually participate in Triple D. So that is the way that you really possibly, as one of the people mentioned in the chat, get Forex to get the wake up call. So let's just say, like, I don't have the power to control all you guys, but let's just say Animal Farm V3 launches, and let's just say 80% of the community did nothing, and the TVL just stayed flat. Then Triple D comes out. Let's just say even those people that were sitting on the sideline, some of them come back in, and we just see Triple D take off. Well, that would send a very clear signal, right? So even if you have been wrecked, much like I have, the way we get our point across is unfortunately voting with your capital. And that may mean putting more money into Triple D when it comes out. I'll be playing on stream for sure. I'll be sacrificing, I'll be utilizing it. So I'll be doing exactly what I said. And I know it's hard to do at these prices of drip, especially if you've been wrecked. But if you're trying to, use this in a democratic way and get your voice heard, that's the only thing that makes sense. You got to make dollars, not cents, right? So you got to vote with those dollars and put that capital to work, even if it comes at the cost of some malicious actors in the space. So heard he said Triple D is going to launch the weekend. Your thoughts? I haven't heard it yet, but as the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And the boy who cried wolf, third time, he got eaten, I think. So I will believe it when I see it. Those are my thoughts. I am not putting any stake into any launch dates from Forex in general, not just with drip, period. Forex and launch dates is like his kryptonite. They do not go together. However, I often learned when you're big as my uncles, people do bend themselves backwards to listen to whatever they say. Oh yeah. Once you have some sway, you can say whatever you want and put out whatever programs you want, but you still got to go through the fire to get to that level. And you only get to that level by putting in the work. How you doing? Drip to Wealth. How you doing, bro? How are people feeling about one more drip sacrifice if you haven't covered it yet? I have no idea what that is even about. So you'll have to share that with me. And I'm assuming this was something brought up in the live, but I know nothing about it. Nothing at all. And I put out my sacrifice, so I'll just give my statement. I did my sacrifice. I followed the narrative, did it for the entire month. Triple D was supposed to launch. So there's no proof of concept at this stage that doing that again will do anything. So unfortunately, I personally will not be sacrificing. I've sacrificed 40K to the ecosystem already. So that's just my personal take. Now everybody's got to do their own thing, right? So to each his own, but I did do exactly what I said I would do, even though I've been wrecked. I sacrificed for the entire month of, I think it was June or something. I can't even remember now. Maybe it was May. It's been so long. But if there's another sacrifice community driven initiative, I am not going to be participating on stream. So don't know if that's what that was about, Drip to Wealth, but that's my interpretation. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really think Triple D is great, but isn't going to be enough in the long run. As you said before, Coach, it's a Band-Aid for now. I hope I'm wrong. It's definitely going to be a temporary solution. As you can see how much minting that we have and how many people have max wallets and how much quicker it is to make another max wallet. So, oops, that's not the right one. So we will need something else on top of that, and that's where utility and other things will come into play. But this I can help right now get eyeballs pointed at it and maybe get some of this liquid pulled up, get the tax vault sitting healthier and give us a longer runway. So it's meant to just extend the runway. But what I was getting at in here, I have all these moving averages in here, like I'm actually some kind of trader. Let's get rid of this. I just wanted to see all of the sacrifices that we've had somehow, some way they've still been eaten up. So, and as I showed you guys, right? So 70% of the community isn't doing anything right now. They've kind of tapped out. That's shown from my sample, as well as looking at dripnetwork.ca and examining the wallets. So if we're trying to make a dent in this inflation and do something, these were all the like pumps. And this was the last, I don't even know when the last big sacrifice, it was around here somewhere. I definitely did through the month of June, but it's just fell flat. So the idea works, you know, it clearly goes up, but if Triple D doesn't launch again, which history would say that that is a likelihood, it's not FUD, that's just looking at the track record, right? Pattern recognition, then all you did was sacrifice and it fell flat. And then also we can go back even further. When Animal Farm first launched, I'm sorry, Piggy Bank first launched, it was launched, everything was off to the races. And then 2 weeks later, it got paused and we waited for like 7 months. So I would say, yeah, we just wait for it to launch and then vote with the capital once it launches. So that's how it played. Exactly what I said before. So this is my supportive, bullish statement. Launch, and then everybody goes super hard into Triple D. Sacrifice your capital, put up new DCA strategies, whatever it is, vote with your capital. Once it's launched, go hard. Until then, be cautious. That's my both sides honest opinion. I know people think that that's FUD, but I have been in this long enough to kind of wait for proof of concept. And I think that's the best way to go. Any chance of getting your AMA Forex Streets game? Great question. I wouldn't say the chance is zero, but it's definitely not high. It's almost impossible to reach this guy. So, but yeah, we'll see. I'll poke around and see if I can do something, but I don't think I have that kind of sway or pull. There are still people that control the narratives and in the way. So, but from what I've heard, Forex does not shy away from tough questions. It's just that nobody has been willing to ask them. A lot of people, in my opinion, in the community, just stick their head in the sand and don't want to ask questions. Any chance of getting your AMA and scared? Yeah, no real trust in what Forex says. Credibility. Caleb, why lose trust in Forex? Would you rather him launch faulty code 2 weeks ago and wreck everyone? Yeah. I mean, from what we saw with G Money, it does look like they made some improvements. So I don't think it was faulty code, reference Caleb. The logic wasn't there for sustainability. So like as G Money actually said in the chat, the code worked, but it wouldn't have worked for the way Forex sees the longevity of the system. So it would have worked in the sense that you would be able to buy and sacrifice drip, but then it could have been gamed, much like current issues in the system. So if it gets gamed, then that just means it bleeds out later on. So I wouldn't say it was faulty, and it wasn't going to be exploited where people lose money like a rug pull. It just wouldn't have been the new improved features that we have now, based on what G Money said. Now I'm not a coder, I'm just recycling what he said in the chats. I ain't sacrificing either, I'm done. Yeah, Ray can sacrifice his wallets like he has 100 so far. I was always under the impression that drip was the engine that drove the Animal Farm. People make their money in drip. That was the case, Scott, man. You're not the only one. That's exactly how Animal Farm came about. So drip was a rocket ship, and they were trying to do things with B swap, I think it was, and some other farm, B farm. And it didn't work. So they were like, well, let us make our own farm. So they made the Manor Farm. And that was a sacrifice to get into Manor Farm. And you got these Rev tokens for Revolution. And then then the Animal Farm was born. So yes, 100%, all of that capital came from drip. You could argue that it originally started with Reap and creating the people in there and building proof of concept. But the real money came from drip. You're right. Not convinced Triple D will save us, but going to buy tickets every day. If we don't all participate, definitely not going to change. I agree. A fat mouse, 100%. We got to participate. And I believe it's like I said, it'll extend the runway. It's not the savior. It's not the end all be all. DeFi DeFi in general has to mature in order for sustainability. So you have to have real utility in addition to new people getting in. So like DeFi Crypto Boss and his Drip 21, I think it's going to be a great project, but he's going to run into the exact same issues that anybody building products is going to run into. So it's a great idea. It's casino, it's gambling, and people want to play, but you have to be able to get new eyeballs to play it. So Crypto Boss, if you're still watching, you will need to find a way to do what we did with the Drip Marketing DAO, where you're getting traditional people to play blackjack on your platform, and on the back end, all the other things are happening. So you can't just market to degens to gamble because, you know, you already have stake, for example, that is being shilled left and right by BitBoy. And then I forgot the other one that I showed that's a decentralized gambling platform, but it doesn't have Drip 21. But the point is the market's already there and the eyeballs are already there on the bigger players. So you will have to make sure you have the actual customer focused vision to be able to either onboard the new people or reach customers in a way that existing people are not, because it's going to be very hard as a new product for you to tap into the existing market. Captain Fix. So how do you trust someone that constantly delays everything he supposedly should deliver on? I'm an investor after all. Needed best some clarity, don't you think? Oh yeah, you guys talking together. Yeah, for sure. Don't trust, verify. That's it. We're going to be wrapping up soon. It's my dog walking time, 5 a.m. Already gone over my 1 hour mark. How many of these mega whales are there? Can they really have an effect on the price of Drip? What do numbers say? Oh man, for sure. Mega whales, if they were to sacrifice, there was somebody that put a chat up about one of these people. There's no way to verify it. I think he actually showed the screenshot. So somebody up here showed that they purchased, I want to say it was this guy, like 250,000 Drip. And he said when Triple D launches or something to that fact, I don't have it with me right now, but they posted this screenshot saying that it was their wallet. And if Triple D launched or whatever, he would buy another 250,000 and just hold. So there are whales. There is big money in the Reap DAO. And even they have tapped out, because you can look at the numbers on dripnetwork.ca. But some of them have bought in and bought big bags and holding. So maybe they will sacrifice. Like maybe this is their way to support Drip as a whale. That would be cool to see. So this will be our litmus test, like finding out how these numbers move. And that will be your signal for the smaller investors. But yeah, we have to participate. And that Scott, yes, these mega whales can 100% influence Drip in a positive way. What are your thoughts on GLE NFT public launch tomorrow? The gold lit estates, right? Know nothing about it. A lot of the content creators do not even share information or talk to me. I have ostracized myself. I am as I said, the Kanye West of Drip. So other people do their own thing. So I know nothing about it. Even though I cover their content, like at least shared information that I've dug up, but nobody has shared anything with me. So I know nothing about it. They don't reach out to me. They don't talk, share. So couldn't tell you. I'm right there with you. With respect to everyone, I don't give a shit about your bag, and I don't expect anyone to care about mine. Still don't understand how people can still chill, buy more Drip when it's depreciating daily, real self-correct strategy, and say compound, you still wreck. Yeah, I'm definitely wrecked. And I built a team. And somebody just recently sacrificed on my team, or not sacrificed, but bought a big man, I can't talk. A big bag of Drip on my new team. And I haven't even promoted. You guys watch my channel. I've not promoted my new team. I have built Hannah underneath it in March, or built under Hannah in March. Haven't said anything about it. And so there's still believers in the system and people that believe in what content I'm putting out, apparently, because that's the first and only max bag I've ever gotten. So somebody did that. I'm going to be wrapping up as I get through these comments. I'm not going to go into any more digging. I'm going to end it there. The question I wish I had an answer to, Caleb, if you been in the system, faulty code. The question I would going forward, just hype machines to get their faucets flowing. Banner Farm had Drip BUSD as governance token. Yep. Drip Coach Broky. Thanks, Daddy Warbucks. Don't really care. Drip Stream Coach. Get Jack Levin to code Triple D. He'll have it out in 3 days.
All jokes aside, I hope Triple D will work out for you guys and not just the bad actors dumping on the community. Facts, Nakamoto, crypto. Yeah, we're all hoping for the same thing. That's why Nakamoto gets to, I'm sorry, Daddy Warbucks, you're not being muted because at least you get to have a voice to troll. Affiliate marketing. Yes, that is a good strategy. Yep, I agree. That's the plan. The main idea was to bring people outside of drip. Yeah, definitely. You got your work cut out for you, man, but I'm rooting for you. I can tell you firsthand how challenging that is, but it does work. We proved it with the DAO. But you're going to probably make it easy. Want to find someone else to partner with to do that heavy lifting. Because, man, we would have felt flat if we tried to reach the Filipino community with our current issues. We got the people there, but just couldn't reach them and where they were at. Daddy War Meat Rider, I see. I'm not going to read you guys' comments. I'm going to ignore those. My last question, won't, with the tickets being more on sacrifice than buying, create a different advantage for those sacrifices? Yeah, so great wrap up. So yes, there will be an advantage for sacrifice, and that's the point. But remember, it's a gamble. So the whole point is that many people will sacrifice, but only a few will win. So we'll use the example of the largest sacrificer prize. Let's just say to snipe that, it's sitting at 1,000 drip. So that means before that, people, let's just say 10 people put in 100. So, you know, it got up to 1,000 drip. Then somebody right at the last minute snipes it at 1,001. Well, that means 2,001 drip got sacrificed and this person got a max wallet, but they're only able to get their 270 drip per day. So 270 divided by that 2,000 that went in has now extended the drip runway payout to this one person by almost 10 days. You get the simple math, hopefully. So think of that at a larger scale. If you end up with 200,000 sacrificed or whatever, which I think we'll definitely have a lot more, then only one person is getting that payout, and that's happening 6 times a day. Better than the dollar. You should replace that right now. I don't want anything to do with the actual team. I need to be able to speak freely. All right, that's all I got. I'm gonna end it there, man. Thanks you guys for joining in, and thanks for the clarity and support, and even the trolls. Trolls have a happy place here, and interesting. We got 50 votes, 30, 40, 30. So that's not bad. So we will see. Thank you for participating, and see you guys in the next one, man. Lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.